Hello students, we're now in unit lesson 3 and I'm going to go over instructions pertaining to the persuasive speech, which is not much different. You still have the same speech delivery method and make sure that you are reading your chapter. This unit only has one chapter and it discusses the persuasive speech. It covers chapter 17. The unit quiz 3 has only one chapter, so make sure you read this chapter. And let me go ahead and go over the persuasive speech assignment with you. You should have read chapter 17, persuasive speech. The speech time frame is 4 to 6 minutes, just like the informative speech. The difference is the persuasion speech is to influence change an attitude, belief, or to reinforce. You want to persuade the audience to take a favorable action, create an awareness, show the importance of a problem or issue, convey that information, and most importantly, promote a behavioral change. You want to educate your audience about the size and seriousness of a problem and convince them that they can and should make a difference. So make sure you watch the video below, which is this one right here, the Monroe's Motivated Sequence pattern. This is the pattern that you will be using as far as your outline for the persuasive speech. So make sure you watch this video. Let's go back up here. Watch the video. This will help you get a better understanding for your persuasive speech outline, which is called the Monroe's Motivated Sequence outline. Again, you can use note cards, write keywords, phrases. Do not read your speech. With these steps complete, you should set aside time to actively practice your speech. Just like you did for your informative speech, practice your speech at least 5 to 7 times. And those 5 to 7 times, at least 15 to 20 minutes. This will help you deliver the speech conversationally and help you know your topic well. Please use your note card sparingly. Dress attire should be business casual. Do not be barefooted or nor in your PJs. Remember, just like the informative speech, your delivery is going to be extemporaneous. Any speech that is read in its entirety will receive no higher than a 70%. Stand as you present if you're able to. I had a student a couple of semesters ago who broke their ankle and was not able to stand. And so just want to throw that out. Do not be far away. Again, I want to see you. Be in a lighted room. Make sure that you're not in a dark room. Make sure that you're maintaining eye contact. So look straight to the recording device you're using, just like you did for your informative speech. Again, it is important that you read chapter 17 because it discusses ethos, pathos, and logos. These are the strategies that you use in a persuasive speech. So if you read the chapters, you would know what each one means. Ethos has to do with ethics, credibility. Pathos has to do with the appeal, that passion, that emotional appeal that you want to convey to your audience. And logos is the research that you have done. So please make sure you've read chapter 17. So Monroe's Motivated Sequence pattern has 5 steps. You have the attention. How will you get your audience to stop and listen? Make sure that you study this material in the and view the video that I have provided for you. The second step is the need problem step. In this step, you convince the audience that your cause is a problem that needs to be solved. Remember, you must make it relevant. You have to get them emotionally invested in the problem or they will not feel responsible for the solution. During this step, you will give them the research you gathered on the problem. Use ethos, pathos, and logos to make them care about it. In the satisfaction solution step, this is the bulk of your presentation. This is where you're going to introduce your solution. How will you solve the problem? Make it clear, make it simple so that the audience can understand how you are going to solve that problem. This is the main part of your presentation. Remember, research is important. I want you to make sure that you mention the resources, the sources that you've used according to, just like you did for your informative speech. On the next step, which is the fourth step, visualization, here is where you help the audience visualize the difference that your solution would look like. Describe to the audience what it would look like if nothing is done. Be specific. Use positive or negative appeals. How life will be different if nothing is done? What does this look like? So this is where you're going to show, visualize to your audience, if you adopt my solution, this is what it's going to look like. This is the benefits you will reap. If you do not adopt my solution, this is the negative benefits that you will reap. So make sure that you've watched the video, the Monroe's Motivated Sequence Pattern video that I provided in this unit lesson 3. The last step, that's the call to action. This is, how will you convince your audience to act now? This is so important, the last step. Each step is important, but just remember, the audience remembers what you said in the beginning and at the end. I'm not saying the middle is not important. The middle is important, but make sure at the end you don't lose energy. You continue on. Call to action. How will you convince your audience to act now? Give them a specific call to action. What can they do now or in the near future to help? Make sure you give contact information when relevant and strong. So if you're wanting them to do something right now, give them some simple steps, what they can do at this moment to make that change, to make that attitude change, to reinforce a belief. So remember that call to action, it is crucial. Be specific, be clear on each step. Again, the persuasive speech, just like the informative speech, it is 4 to 6 minutes. Please do not go over more than 6 minutes. I had a couple of students in the informative speech went over 6 minutes. Let's not do that. It's between 4 and 6 minutes. So stay within the time frame. You are required to use at least 3 sources, just like you did for the informative speech. Please orally cite those sources. So make sure you cite your sources on the outline. Just like the informative speech outline that you typed in your sources on the outline, you will type in your sources on the outline for the persuasive speech, and I will go over the outline in a little while. You can use either APA or MLA format. You are required to submit the Monroe's Motivated Sequence outline through Blackboard in your speech video. Remember, you're using a YouTube link. You're recording your speech, whatever device you use to record. Then you upload that speech video to YouTube, and then you submit it through Blackboard. The PowerPoint, 5 to 7 slides. Again, if you feel comfortable in showing it and you're maintaining eye contact, then show the PowerPoint. If not, then do not show the PowerPoint, but you still would have to submit the PowerPoint through Blackboard. Again, it is YouTube delivery, not anything else. YouTube delivery. Continue to read the attached speech delivery method file on how to deliver your speech presentation. That's the same file that you read for unit lesson 2. It is, and I have posted it on unit lesson 3. So let me go back up here. So when you have recorded your speech and you have uploaded it to YouTube and you're ready to submit it through Blackboard, then you would go right here. You would click on the Persuasive Speech assignment link. So you would click on this. This is what it looks like. And then you will click on Browse My Computer, because you have saved the speech video either on your desktop or flash drive, you also will submit the PowerPoint on this link too. Please make sure that you're submitting the assignments correctly. That's why I am showing you how to submit it. So make sure you go to this Persuasive Speech assignment link to submit your speech video and your PowerPoint. So you would click on Browse My Computer. It will look for where you saved your speech video and PowerPoint, attach it, and then click on Submit. And this is where you will submit your speech video and PowerPoint. So let's go back. Unit lesson. Let's go back to Unit Lesson 3, Persuasion. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk to you, go over the Monroe's Motivated Sequence Outline template. This is the template that you're going to be using. It's a Word document. So I believe, let's see, let me go ahead and open it up. So this is what it looks like. It is a Word document. And you will go ahead and type in your information just like you did for the informative speech. But this is a persuasive speech. The outline looks a little different because this is a Monroe's Motivated Sequence. You will go ahead and type in the topic. You will go ahead and type in the general purpose. And the general purpose this time is to persuade. That is it, to persuade. Specific purpose. Again, you can just say, after listening to my speech, and then type in the rest. And then your thesis statement. Your thesis statement should be a clear statement. It should include the problems that you're going to be talking about on that topic that you've chosen. So make sure your thesis statement is the central statement of what you're going to be talking about throughout your 4 to 6 minute speech. This is the attention getter. Grab your audience attention that is related to your topic. Again, you could begin with a quote, a rhetorical question, or a stat or a personal story related to the topic. This is where you're starting to introduce the problem here. So get them engaged, get your audience engaged, and the audience is me. You do not need an audience of 3 to 5 people. Remember, I told you, because many of you were concerned about that you were not able to. So, just like you did for the informative speech. Here on the step 2, type in, you will delete the instructions. Delete the instructions, and you will type in detail. It should not be a 1 sentence or 2 sentence. It should be a detailed outline of the need or problem that you have, that you're going to be talking about pertaining to your topic. And then right here, this is step 3, the satisfaction solution step. This is very important step. This is going to be the bulk of your presentation. This is where you're going to give enough information and detail of your solution to the need and problem. So you're going to convey to your audience the solution that you have for those problems that you have conveyed in step 2. So make sure it is detailed. It is not 1 or 2 sentences. That's not detail. I want a thorough, detailed information about the need and problem step. Then step 4 is the visualization step. Again, remember, you delete the information, the instruction, and then you type in your information. Visualization step. This is where you're going to show your audience, have them visualize to see how your plan might work. Share the positive benefits or negative benefits, if they do not adopt your solution. So make sure that it is detailed. Remember, you're persuading your audience to have an attitude change, behavior, value, belief, or reinforcing a behavior. So make sure that each step is detailed, not 1 or 2 sentences. Please, it needs to be detailed. And your last step, step 5, action. This is your last opportunity to let your audience know what they can, what they need to do to make that change. This is your last appeal for them to make a difference. So make sure you're giving them specific information, what they can do right now to make that change. If you're needing to, if you want them to go on to a website, then you tell them this is a website to go to. If there's a phone number that you're needing for them to call, this is the number to call. If you're needing for them to write to their state representative, many of us might not know who our state representative is. So where can they find that information? All that should be on step 5, the action step, so that the audience can know what they need to do to begin that change. And then, of course, right here, once you have typed that information, then, you go down here and you type in your sources. Again, at least 3 sources using APA or MLA format. APA or MLA format. You know how to do this now because you've done it for the informative speech. So make sure you type in the sources on the outline. Let's see if I could go back here. Hold on, give me a few moments here. There we go. Thank you. So once you have completed your outline, then you would go right here. You would click on the Persuasive Outline link. Click on that link. You have saved the outline to your desktop or flash drive. You would click on Browse My Computer. We'll just do that. Browse My Computer. Wherever you saved it, then open it up. Okay? Then once you open it up, attach it and then click on Submit. So this is where you're going to submit your outline. So let's go back to unit lesson 3. I've also included how to upload your speech video on YouTube. Make sure you make it public. Also, remember you do have a unit quiz 3. And also, I hope that you are checking each unit lesson has a checklist. So when you click on this checklist, it tells you what assignments need to have been completed for that unit. So I'm sure you have a discussion board, the unit quiz, and of course the major assignment, the persuasive speech video, the outline, the PowerPoint. This is an example of a, hold on. Let's see. Well, you know how to do a PowerPoint now based on your informative speech. Now this one is the Monroe's Motivated Sequence PowerPoint that I did. It goes over the 5 steps in PowerPoint. So make sure you view that. It gives you a little bit more detailed information and I think you will like that. So make sure you view that. This is an example of a past student of mine who did an excellent job on their Monroe's Motivated Sequence Persuasive Speech Outline. You can view that to look at that student's example as you are working on your outline. Make sure you view this video because this person does an excellent job in going over the 5 steps, gives examples, because not every topic really works well with the Monroe's Motivated pattern. So by viewing this PowerPoint, this YouTube, it will help you decide and kind of give you, more ideas on on what topic will best fit the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. You could check your course organizer when this assignment is due. I would start working on that now. These are the student resources. These are the student notes and PowerPoint presentation for Chapter 17. This only covers one chapter, and Unit Quiz 3 just covers one chapter. And please make sure that you're taking time to view these screen recordings that I have provided for you. If you do that, then you are going to do well on this assignment. Please make sure that you're taking the time to view these screen recordings. They're there for a purpose and for you to do well. Thank you for your time.